Part 4, the brief ending of the early consequences. The mixture, other parts down below. The drive back to town was filled with anticipation. I was eager to see the kids and talk to Carol, but my feelings about dinner with Beth were mixed. Arriving at the property, I noticed that the remnants of the mess I had made were cleaned up. A carport replaced the garage, and there was a nondescript blue car parked there. The driveway looked newly done. Parking my bike, I took a moment to fix my hair in the rear view mirror before knocking on the door. Carol greeted me with a warm hug. "It's so good to see you, Honor. Thank you for coming. The kids are in the playroom." "You're looking good," I complimented her, feeling a sense of normalcy in this familiar setting despite the underlying tension. Carol's cheeks flushed with a touch of color. "It's great to be around the kids. They're a handful, always keeping me on my toes." I noticed a change in her appearance. "You've lost weight," I remarked. Her smile broadened. 8 pounds, can you tell?" "Definitely. You might want to get back to Dave soon, or he'll have competition. Seems like the local guys have noticed too." She chuckled. "It's a small town, and fresh faces are rare. But don't worry, I'm well aware of the town's, let's say, character." Her expression grew more serious. "Your mother has been calling. She might show up, given your return isn't exactly a secret. How should I handle it?" I thought for a moment. "If she comes, let her in. We'll have to talk eventually. But if things go south, I might step out." Carol was insistent. "Please, stay for dinner, no matter what happens. I don't want you leaving because of her." "I won't make promises, but I'll try to stay," I reassured her, giving her a brief hug. As she led me to the playroom, Carol asked if I wanted to see the DNA test results confirming the kids were mine. "No need, I trust your word," I replied. Entering the playroom, my daughter's recognition was instantaneous. "Daddy," she exclaimed, leaping into my arms. I spent the next few moments on the floor with her, feeling a mix of joy and heartache. Billy was more cautious, observing me from a distance before slowly edging closer. My daughter's playful tug at my beard brought a much-needed smile. "You're furry," she giggled. "Yes, a little different now," I nodded, enjoying the moment. Her grip tightened, her expression turning serious. "No more trips, Daddy. We missed you too much." "I'll try, sweetheart," I promised softly. Her insistence was firm as she tugged harder on my beard. No more trips, ever. At 4 years old, my daughter was already showing strong opinions, reminding me painfully of her mother. "I can't promise no more trips, but I will promise to call and even video chat if I do have to go away. Is that okay?" Her concern shifted to her mother. "You'll make things better, right? Mommy's always crying. You need to make her stop." "I'll try my best, sweetheart," I assured her, feeling the weight of her simple yet profound request. Billy, still mastering his walking, stumbled over to me. I scooped him up, holding him close and inhaling the scent of his hair. It was moments like these that reminded me of what really mattered. After playing with the kids for a couple of hours, Carol announced nap time. I read them a story until they drifted off, then tiptoed out of the room with Carol. In the living room, Carol and I shared a beer. She joked about the kids driving her to drink more often than she used to. "A daytime beer now, and a cocktail at night," she laughed. "The extra calories seem to be working in your favor," I teased, trying to lighten the mood. Carol was still as beautiful as ever, and I couldn't help but see Beth in her, which brought a pang of loss. Carol moved closer on the couch, and I casually draped my arm around her. "They really are wonderful kids," she remarked. "I know. I'm planning to spend much more time with them," I replied. Carol seemed curious about my plans. "Are you moving back in?" I chuckled. "Let's talk about that later. For now, tell me how things have been going here." She leaned into me, sipping her beer. "The town's in a bit of a mess. People are upset, and they're blaming Beth. She's working hard, trying to keep things afloat. It's tough. I don't think she realized just how much you did." I nodded, taking in her words. I expected things might be difficult. I just hoped it wouldn't spiral out of control too quickly. Carol sighed. "It's a tough situation. Layoffs are being discussed. Beth's caught in the middle of it all, trying her best. It's just a lot for her to handle." "What about Fred's involvement in everything?" I asked, curious about his role after all that had happened. Carol seemed hesitant. "I think Beth should be the one to explain that," she said cautiously. "And their relationship." I pressed on, needing to know. "Oh, no, she can't stand him now. She's been completely focused on business, barely has time for anything else, except maybe an hour each day with the kids," Carol explained. Appreciating her comforting presence, I confided, "She really hurt me, Carol." She pulled me into a comforting embrace, understanding the depth of my pain. "I know she did, and I'm so sorry you're going through this." I allowed myself to be vulnerable, feeling the tears flow for the first time. Carol held me close, offering the kind of comfort only a mother could give. "It's all so broken," I murmured, my voice choked with emotion. Carol continued to hold me, her words soothing. "It won't be the same, but it will get better, you'll see." "How could she do it?" I whispered, seeking an answer I wasn't sure existed. "I think it might have started after Billy's birth. Sometimes, things get overwhelming then. It's no excuse, but it can be a tough time," she suggested gently. As I lay there, my head in her lap, I suddenly became aware of her presence in a way that startled me. "Carol, I think I need a moment," I said, feeling a bit embarrassed. She looked down, her expression understanding and kind. It's okay, Honor. It's natural, given everything you've been through. Thanks for understanding, I said, feeling a mix of gratitude and awkwardness. She gave a reassuring smile. It's all right. You've been through a lot, Honor. It's okay to feel things, even if they're confusing right now. Bothering isn't quite the word I'd use, I replied to Carol's earlier question. Carol adjusted herself, giving me some space while still offering a comforting touch. I bet you never once thought about straying, even after everything that happened. You haven't, have you? No, I'm still married, I responded, feeling a sense of loyalty to the vows I had taken. Carol's comforting presence was reassuring, and I rolled onto my back to look up at her. You know I couldn't. She nodded, understandingly. You're a good man, Honor. Always have been. The conversation shifted slightly, and Carol asked, somewhat teasingly, have you ever fantasized about me? I couldn't help but blush at the directness of her question. Well, as you know, you've always been a very attractive woman. Carol chuckled, acknowledging my respectful dodge. You're such a gentleman, Honor. Always respectful. As we continued talking, the intimacy of the moment wasn't lost on me. It was a rare chance to connect with someone who had been part of my life for so long, someone who represented a connection to happier times. Carol spoke nostalgically, reminiscing about the past. You and Beth were always such a perfect pair, right from the start. It was so obvious how much you cared for each other. We were lost in the comfort of the moment, the pain of the present momentarily pushed aside by memories of better times, when the front door suddenly opened. My mother walked in, catching us in a moment that, out of context, might seem compromising. My mother looked visibly distressed as she walked in on Carol and me. What's going on here? She demanded, her tone sharp. Raising a finger to my lips, I whispered, the kids are napping. Carol and I were just catching up. Is this appropriate? My mother questioned, a hint of disapproval in her voice. I felt a surge of irritation but kept my voice even. We're just talking, Mother. That's all. You didn't have to come here uninvited. My mother's demeanor softened slightly. I just wanted to see you, Honor. To talk. Carol, sensing the tension, offered to leave, but I shook my head. It's fine. Stay. I turned to my mother, my emotions still raw. I'm still very upset with you, Mother. Your actions hurt me deeply. She approached, her eyes filled with regret. I know, and I'm sorry, Honor. I thought I was helping. But you chose to cover for her, I pointed out, my voice tinged with hurt. You helped her deceive me. How could you do that? My mother sighed, her expression one of remorse. I was trying to protect your marriage. I thought it was a temporary lapse, that things would get back to normal. I didn't realize how serious it was. That's the problem, I said. You didn't trust me enough to come to me with the truth. Maybe we could have worked through it if I had known earlier. I know I made a mistake, my mother admitted, her voice breaking. I just wanted to keep our family together. I never meant to hurt you like this. He shook his head slightly, a hint of a weary smile on his face. No, Honor, that's not for me to say. This isn't about fixing things for others. It's about what's right for you. You've always been one to do the right thing, even when it's hard. But sometimes, the right thing is to look after yourself first. I nodded, feeling a bit surprised by his response. It wasn't the typical line I had heard from others. You've got a lot to think about, and nobody can make those decisions for you, Uncle Luke added. You've been through a hell of a storm. Take your time, find your footing. And remember, I'm here, not just as the sheriff, but as your uncle, your dad's brother. We may not have always shown it the way we should have, but you're not alone in this. His words hit home, stirring a mix of emotions inside me. It was comforting to know that despite everything, I still had someone in my corner. Thanks, Uncle Luke, I said sincerely. I'll remember that. He patted the bike. Just remember, no more speeding like a bat out of hell, all right? I can't always be the one to pull you over. I grinned. I'll keep it in mind. I played with the kids, building blocks and drawing pictures. It felt surreal, being back in this house, with these innocent faces that reminded me so much of Beth. Marie chattered away, telling me about her adventures while I was away, while Billy clumsily tried to join in, his baby babble filling the room with laughter. Carol popped her head in occasionally, her presence a gentle reminder of the normalcy that once filled these walls. Each time she entered, she offered a warm smile, as if trying to patch together the fractured pieces of the family with her maternal energy. As dinner time approached, I helped Carol set the table, a task I used to do with Beth. The memories were bittersweet, clinging to each fork and spoon I placed. Finally, we sat down to eat. The kids were excited, their energy infectious, making the meal more bearable than I had anticipated. Carol, ever the peacemaker, kept the conversation light, focusing on the children and avoiding the elephant in the room. After dinner, I bathed the kids and put them to bed, their sleepy hugs and kisses stirring a deep ache in my heart. I lingered in their room, watching them drift off, their innocent faces a stark contrast to the complexities of the adult world outside. I joined Carol in the living room, my mind a whirlwind of thoughts. Thanks for dinner, Carol. It was good to have a family meal again. She gave me a sad smile. It was good to have you back, even if it's just for a while. What are your plans now, Honor? I sighed, the weight of the decision heavy on me. I'm not sure. I need to figure out what's best for the kids, for me. For Beth, too, I suppose. It's not going to be easy. Carol reached out, taking my hand in hers. Whatever you decide, just remember that those kids need their father. And Beth, well, she made a terrible mistake, but she's still the woman you loved. I nodded, the complexity of emotions swirling inside me. I know. I'll do what's right. I always try to. We sat in silence for a while, the quiet of the house wrapping around us like a blanket. Eventually, I stood up. I should go. I've got a lot to think about. Carol stood too, giving me a tight hug. You're always welcome here, Honor. Remember that. I entered the living room, where Beth was sitting, her posture tense with anticipation. The room felt heavy with unspoken words and pent-up emotions. Hi, Beth, I said, my voice even. She looked up at me, her eyes searching for a sign, any indication of what I was thinking or feeling. Honor, I'm so glad you're here, she started, her voice quivering slightly. I sat down across from her, maintaining a respectful distance. I came back for the kids, Beth. They need stability. She nodded, her eyes welling up with tears. I know, and I'm so grateful for that. They've missed you terribly. I sighed, running a hand through my hair. Beth, what happened? It's changed everything. I'm here for Marie and Billy to be the father they need. Beth reached out, as if to touch my hand, but then thought better of it and pulled back. I understand. And I'm sorry, more sorry than I can ever express. I've ruined so much. The apology hung in the air, heavy and laden with regret. Apologies don't change what happened, I said softly. I need to think about the future, about what's best for the kids. And for me. I know, Beth whispered. I just wish I could turn back time, do things differently. We all have wishes like that, I replied, a sad smile touching my lips. But we have to live with the choices we make. Right now, my priority is making sure our children are okay. Beth nodded, wiping away a tear. They're lucky to have you. You're a good father, Honor. We need to work out how we're going to co-parent. The kids need both of us, even if we can't be together the way we were. I agree, Beth said, a hint of resolve in her voice. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. For them. I nodded, feeling a sense of purpose amidst the chaos. I'll work out a schedule. We can discuss it and make adjustments as needed. Beth looked relieved, albeit still saddened by the weight of her actions. Thank you, Honor, for coming back, for being here for them. I stood up, the conversation drawing to a close. I'll always be here for them, Beth. That's never going to change. On the couch, that particular couch, memories hit me like a tidal wave. I couldn't fathom why it hadn't affected me earlier when I first entered or even when I was sitting there with Carol. But now, the memories were overwhelming, almost palpable, playing out vividly in my mind. Beth's image, so clear and tormenting, haunted me. I felt a surge of anger and revulsion, the kind that grips your heart and twists. I needed to escape, to breathe. What's wrong, Honor? Beth's voice was gentle, but it only intensified the turmoil inside me. I need some fresh air, I managed to say, my voice strained as I battled to keep my emotions in check. I quickly made my way to the front door, practically running to escape the tormenting visions. Beth followed, her concern evident. Honor, please, talk to me. What's wrong? Outside, the cool air did little to soothe the raging storm inside me. I couldn't bear to face her, not with those images searing through my mind. It's just too soon, Beth, I said, my voice barely more than a whisper. I thought I could do this, sit and talk, but it's all still too raw. Seeing you on that couch, where everything shattered. Overwhelmed by nausea and the weight of my emotions, I leaned over the bushes, losing my composure completely. I was vaguely aware of Beth sobbing and retreating back inside the house, the sound of the screen door closing behind her punctuating her distress. Despite her tears, all I felt was a consuming anger and bitterness. She had dismantled everything I thought we were, everything I believed in. I was filled with a desire to erase that betrayal, to make her feel a fraction of the pain I was enduring. I made my way to my bike, my only escape now. I hastily put on my helmet and jacket, the sound of the engine a welcome roar that drowned out Beth and Carol's calls. I rode off, leaving behind the cacophony of my shattered life. The small bag I had with me contained the bare essentials. Hey, Honor, is that you? Uncle Jimmy's voice was unmistakable, a blend of concern and relief. Yeah, it's me. Just checking in. I'm glad you called. I've been worried about you, boy. Everyone has. I took a deep breath, the weight of everything pressing down on me. I'm managing. Just needed some space, you know. I understand. You going through some tough times. Anything I can do to help. I appreciated his offer, the sincerity in his voice. Thanks, Uncle Jimmy. I just needed to hear a friendly voice, I guess. Someone who doesn't see me as the bad guy in all this. You're not the bad guy, Honor. You're far from it. You've always been the one to put others first, even when they didn't deserve it. His words were a small comfort, but comfort nonetheless. Thanks. That means a lot, especially now. How's everyone back home? It's a mess, honestly. People are feeling the effects of what's happened. Your leaving has hit everyone hard, especially Beth. She's struggling, Honor. I felt a pang in my heart but pushed it aside. She made her choices, Uncle Jimmy. We're all dealing with the consequences now. I know. Just hate to see you both hurting like this. There was a pause, filled with unspoken words and shared understanding. I'll be back soon. Not sure when exactly, but I won't stay away forever. Just need to clear my head. Take your time, Honor. You've got people who care about you, waiting for you when you're ready. And if you need anything at all, you just give me a call. I will, Uncle Jimmy. Thanks for being there. Always, Honor. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Aunt Jean, I said with genuine gratitude. This means a lot to me. I just need someone I can trust handling things while I'm sorting myself out. Don't you worry, Honor, she reassured me in her soothing voice. I'll take care of everything as if it were my own. You just focus on getting yourself back together. That's the plan. I'm putting a lot of trust in you, and I know you won't let me down. Of course not. You're family, and we take care of our own. Is there anything specific you need me to do right away? I paused, considering what needed to be done. For starters, can you make sure the house deal goes through smoothly? I'll email you all the details, and keep an eye on the monthly payments to Mom. Make sure she's getting her check on time. I can do that, no problem. Anything else? That should be it for now. I'll keep in touch and let you know if anything else comes up. All right, Honor. And if you ever need to talk or anything, you know you can call me, right? I smiled, feeling a bit lighter. I appreciate that, Aunt Jean. Thanks again for helping me out. We're here for you, always remember that. Take care now. I ended the call, feeling a small sense of relief. Having Aunt Jean handle things back home would give me some much-needed breathing space. It was a step, albeit a small one, towards getting my life back on track. Now, all I needed was time and space to figure out the rest. Dave's voice was heavy with empathy. I understand, Honor. That's a tough thing to walk in on, let alone try to reconcile with. I can't even imagine. It's good that you recognized your limits and stepped away. Yeah, it was hard, Dave. I'm trying to get my head straight, but it's not easy. These images just won't go away. You're doing the best you can, son. That's all anyone can ask for. Have you thought about getting some professional help? Sometimes talking to someone impartial can really make a difference. I sighed, pondering his suggestion. Maybe. I haven't really considered it yet. I've always dealt with things on my own. I know, and you've always been strong, but sometimes, even the strongest need a hand. There's no shame in that. Thanks, Dave. I'll think about it. How are Carol and the kids? They're okay. Carol's doing her best to keep things stable for the kids. They miss you, though. You're a good father, Honor. They need you. I miss them too, Dave. More than anything. I'll try to figure things out soon. I just need some more time. I understand. Just remember, we're all here for you. And if you ever need to talk, you know you can call me anytime. I appreciate that, Dave. Really, I do. Thanks for understanding. Of course, Honor. Take care of yourself. The conversation ended with a mutual understanding and a promise to stay in touch. I hung up the phone, feeling a mix of emotions. The road ahead was uncertain, but knowing I had support, even from unexpected places, gave me a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, I could find a way through this. It was a new experience for me, focusing on something as mundane as golf amidst the chaos of my life. The focus required for each swing, each putt, helped to momentarily push away the memories and pain. The people I met were friendly, chatting about the game, their lives, but never prying too deep into mine. It was a refreshing change. The beauty of Prince Edward Island was striking, a stark contrast to the turmoil I felt inside. The lush greens, the expansive views, and the serene environment served as a balm to my frayed nerves. I spent evenings walking along the beach, listening to the waves crash against the shore, feeling a sense of peace I hadn't known in a long time. After a week, I realized I couldn't spend my life running from golf course to golf course. I needed to face my problems, but I also recognized the importance of taking time for myself. I was learning to balance the need to heal with the need to confront and resolve the issues waiting for me. Checking in with Aunt Jean became a regular part of my routine. She kept me updated on the mundane aspects of life back home, allowing me to maintain some semblance of control. Her efforts in managing my affairs, no matter how small, were a tremendous help. My calls to the kids continued. Hearing their voices was both a joy and a heartache. I longed to be with them, to be a part of their daily lives, yet I knew I wasn't ready to return. Their innocent questions about when I'd be home were the hardest to answer. I always promised them that I'd be back, but couldn't say when. I'm glad the flowers were appreciated, I said, feeling a pang of regret for the emotional turmoil Beth was going through. It's important to me that Marie and Billy know I'm thinking of them, even when I'm not there. Carol's voice softened. They do, Honor. They talk about you all the time, and those Skype calls mean the world to them. Marie always looks forward to showing you her drawings, and Billy, well, he's just happy seeing your face. That means a lot to me, I admitted, feeling a mix of sadness and warmth. How are they handling everything? With me being away, I mean. They're resilient, like their father, but they miss you terribly. Billy's starting to say Dada more, and Marie keeps asking when you're coming home. Hearing that twisted my heart. Tell them I miss them too, and I'll be home as soon as I can. I just need to sort through a few things. I will, Carol assured me. What about you, Honor? Are you taking care of yourself? I hesitated, not sure how much to reveal. I'm getting by. This trip has been therapeutic, in a way. I've had a lot of time to think, to process. Carol's voice was encouraging. That's good, Honor. Just remember, we're here for you. Whenever you're ready to come back, we'll welcome you with open arms. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate that. And thank you for everything you're doing with the kids. It's my pleasure. They're my grandchildren, after all. Just come back to us when you're ready. We said our goodbyes, and I hung up, feeling a mix of emotions. The road ahead was still unclear, but I knew I was slowly moving towards something. What that was, I wasn't yet sure, but I was hopeful that, in time, I'd find my way back to a sense of normalcy, to my children, and to a life that had been so abruptly turned upside down. I just wanted to check in, see how things were doing, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. She's doing a little better now. It was rough the first few days after you left, and the business is still struggling. Do you think there's anything you can do to help? Carol's voice was hopeful, yet tinged with uncertainty. I paused, considering her question. Maybe. I need to think about it. It's hard, Carol. No one at the company stood up for me, not a single person. It feels like I was paying them just to betray me. What about the few who didn't know? Could you help them? Carol's voice was soft, persuasive. I sighed. They might just be liars too, but I'll consider it. Carol was silent for a moment. Honor, could you do something for me? Could you just say hi to her? You don't have to discuss anything, just a simple hello. It would mean a lot to her, and to me. Reluctantly, I agreed. Okay, Carol, if she's there, put her on. A moment later, I heard Beth's familiar voice. Honor, it's me. Hi, BB. Sorry I left like that. I wasn't ready, I managed to say. I heard her trying to control her emotions. Don't apologize. You came back, and that means a lot. Thank you for leaving your shirt. It's something. I need more time, Beth. I'm not ready yet. I understand. Take all the time you need. I'll be here. Her voice wavered. About the couch and that bed. We got rid of them. They're gone now. I want you to know we were never in our bed, and I'm replacing that too. I just wanted you to know. Her words hit me hard, and I felt a tightness in my chest. I can't talk about this, Beth. I have to go. I'm sorry, she whispered. I just wanted you to know. I love you, Honor, more than anything. I love you too, BB, I said, my voice breaking. I ended the call, feeling a mix of love and pain. Despite everything, I couldn't deny the love I still felt for her, and that realization hurt more than I could have imagined. It was a significant setback in my journey of healing. I rode through Nova Scotia, my thoughts a jumbled mix of pain and anger, and eventually found myself in Sydney, waiting for the ferry to Newfoundland. The solitude of the sea journey, lasting about 7 hours, offered a much-needed respite. I watched the whales, dolphins, and what seemed like flying fish from the deck, finding some comfort in the vastness of the ocean. Before boarding, I arranged for Aunt Jean to gather information about my relatives in St. John's. I managed an early chat with the kids, explaining that I'd be out of touch for a couple of days due to the ferry journey, but promised to send them plenty of pictures once I arrived in St. John's. Marie, my daughter, expressed her unhappiness very directly. Daddy, Mommy's crying again. Why can't you make her stop? Her question was simple yet loaded with the pain of our situation. I tried to reassure her, but it was clear that my absence and the ongoing situation were taking a toll on her. I spent the ferry ride reflecting on my next steps and my destination's significance. Newfoundland had always fascinated me, particularly the Newfoundland dogs, known for their bravery and loyalty. Stories like Nana and Peter Pan, seamen from the Lewis and Clark expedition, and Sergeant Gander from World War II, who was awarded the Dickin Medal, had always captured my imagination. One story stood out, that of Anne Harvey, her father George, her brother Tom, and their Newfoundland dog, Harry Man. In 1828, they heroically rescued 160 shipwrecked souls near Isle aux Morts. Their bravery in the face of danger and their commitment to helping others resonated deeply with me, especially during this tumultuous time in my life. Upon arrival in Newfoundland, I was on the opposite side of the island, but I welcomed the longer journey. It gave me more time to think and to connect with a place that had long intrigued me. I looked forward to exploring the island, discovering more about its rich history, and hopefully finding some peace and clarity along the way. During my call with Carol, I was initially hesitant about the idea of speaking with Beth. The past few days had been particularly challenging, and I wasn't sure if I was ready to confront any issues related to our strained relationship. However, I agreed to a brief conversation, emphasizing the need to avoid any sensitive topics. The Skype session with Marie and Billy was a welcome respite. I shared stories of my travels, including tales about the Newfoundland dog, Harry Man, and the Viking settlement I had visited. I also described the charming lilac B&B, painting a vivid picture of Susie's room, adorned in pinks and lace, much to Marie's delight. Marie excitedly spoke about her new experience at Montessori school. It was heartwarming to hear her enthusiasm, and it lifted my spirits considerably. I promised to send her a small gift in the mail and to share new pictures of my adventures. However, as our conversation neared its end, Marie's question caught me off guard. Are you coming home now, Daddy? Please. Her innocent plea tugged at my heartstrings. I reassured her with a promise. Soon, sugar. Soon, I promise. But internally, I grappled with the complexity of the situation, knowing that my journey towards healing and reconciliation was still ongoing. It's difficult, I began, trying to find the right words to explain my feelings. Our home, it holds too many painful memories for me right now. I need a space where I can process everything that's happened, where I can work through my emotions without constant reminders of the hurt. Beth's face showed a mix of understanding and sorrow. I get that, but it feels like you're moving on, leaving us behind. I'm not moving on, Beth. I'm just trying to find a way to cope, to heal. I paused, taking a moment to gather my thoughts. I can't just brush everything under the rug and pretend it didn't happen. What occurred between us, it changed me. It changed how I feel about our home, about us. She nodded slowly, her eyes welling up. I ruined everything, didn't I? Our family, our home, your trust in me. It's not just about blame, I said softly. It's about finding a way to move forward. I need this space to think, to understand if and how we can rebuild what's been broken. I wish I could turn back time, honor. I wish I could erase all the hurt I've caused. I could feel the weight of her regret. I know you do, Beth. And I wish things were different too. But we are where we are. I need time to sort through my feelings. I hope you can respect that. Beth wiped away a tear. I do respect it. I just miss you so much. We all do. I felt a pang in my heart. I miss you too. I miss the family we were. But right now, I need to figure out who I am in the wake of all this. There was a long pause as we both grappled with the weight of our situation. Take the time you need, Honor, Beth finally said. I'll be here, trying to fix what I can. Thank you, Beth. That means a lot. I ended the call with a heavy heart, knowing the road to healing, for both of us, would be long and uncertain. I understand your feelings, Beth, but it's not that simple, I replied, trying to keep my emotions in check. The person you were, the one I fell in love with, she made choices that have deeply hurt me. Those choices can't be undone. They've changed everything. Beth's face showed a mix of desperation and sadness. I know I made terrible mistakes, Honor. I know I've hurt you beyond words. But I'm still here, still the woman who loves you. I'm trying to be better, to fix what I've broken. It's not just about fixing things, Beth. It's about the trust and love that were broken. I can't just forget what happened, as much as I wish I could, I explained, feeling a lump form in my throat. I need to heal, to understand if I can ever get past this. If we can ever get past this. She nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. I understand. I just wish there was something I could do to make it right. This is something we both need to work through, Beth. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, maybe a lot of it, I said, trying to convey the depth of my struggle. I'll wait, Honor, no matter how long it takes. I'll be here, trying to make amends, trying to be the person you fell in love with, she said, a determined look in her eyes. I gave a slight nod, acknowledging her commitment. I appreciate that, Beth, and I'll be doing my part, trying to find a way to move forward. There was a long pause as we both sat, lost in our own thoughts. I'll let you go now, Beth finally said. I just wanted you to know that I'm here, waiting and hoping. I understand that you're going through a tough time, Beth, I said, more to the empty space where her image had been than to her directly. I know the consequences of what's happened are heavy, but right now, I need to focus on healing myself. I can't rush back just because things are hard. The weight of her words lingered in my mind. The idea that everyone hated her, that she hated herself, it was a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation. But I couldn't let that be the reason for my return. My decision to go back had to come from a place of readiness and forgiveness, not obligation or pity. I sighed, feeling the burden of the complicated emotions. The love I still felt for her, the hate for what she did, and the overwhelming sense of loss. It was a tangle of feelings that I had to unravel before I could even think about going back. For the kids, I knew I had to find a way eventually. They needed their father, and I needed them. But I couldn't be there for them until I was in a better place myself. I had to be whole again, or at least on the path to wholeness, before I could offer them the stability and love they deserved. I spent the rest of the evening in contemplation, the waves of Newfoundland's rugged coast crashing in the background. They were a fitting soundtrack to my tumultuous thoughts, a reminder of the relentless passage of time and the healing power of nature. I needed to be patient, with myself and with the situation. Healing, I reminded myself, doesn't happen overnight. My comment, there is more to this, you think OP is off the hook. Comment down and I will see you in the next one.